Hoping this will be better now. Yeah, sorry if I messed up a bit. So nobody is live yet. I will see if I can post the link or if you can see the new link on my channel. Quickly gonna check on my other phone. But anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, cool. Welcome, Mike. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. So I can see. I will try to set up my camera again. It's not gonna work this way. Okay, guys. So I guess I will just have to do it like this on my phone. I was trying to set up my other camera, which is much better quality. Can you confirm that you can hear me also? I think the audio quality might be a little bit low, but yeah. Anyway, let's get started. So welcome to my channel. This is obviously my first live stream, so I'm a bit sorry for the technical problems. But first, I want to start off with thanking everybody who has been joining in the last few months and helping me to grow this channel into, yeah, a nice supportive community. I mean, it's um, so I mean, yeah, it's been really nice to get all the support from everybody. And yeah, I'm gonna try to set up my phone here in a bit. I'm just gonna start talking a little bit just to get the video going. So yeah, um, it's been really amazing. I never thought it would grow so fast. Like, I just started sharing my journey and this process of what I'm doing, and it's been really lovely to hear a lot of you in the comments and sending me messages and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Um, I didn't make a video this week because yeah, I just took some time off and I had a lot of small chores to do the whole week, and yeah, I didn't really took the time to film anything. So I thought let's do a chat today and see who is up for having a little chat and conversation. I've been having a lot of questions over the last few months about some videos I made and about some topics. So I thought maybe we can go a little more in depth on those topics and talk about them, because usually in the videos I tend not to talk too much. I don't really like talking like videos when it's only talking. I think for me personally sometimes that's a bit boring. I rather tell my story just by filming what I'm doing. But yeah, sometimes people ask for a little bit more information, and then I try sometimes to give the answers in the comments or by email, but that's not always, I don't always have the time for it. So um, yeah, so I think I think one of the most common questions I get, that question is mainly from people that I know from back in Belgium. I'm gonna try to set up this a little bit different so you can see me better. Yeah, so that's much better, I think. Like a lot of people in the past, or the people that I know from back in Belgium or friends sometimes ask me, "And are you happy now?" Um, and yeah, I usually don't really know what to say to that, because I never did this to become happy. I think I chose this kind of lifestyle because it gives me more purpose in life. You know, I think I'm always somebody who's been searching for a purpose in life, and yeah, I'm not necessarily looking for happiness. I think that's something that people are way too focused on happiness. I mean, life is hard and life is a struggle for a lot of people, and whether you follow your dreams or not, you're gonna struggle anyway. So it's more that I always felt that I needed doing this, and doing like a 9 to 5 job has never been my thing. So yeah, making this step was a huge step, and um, I feel a big relief that I took that step. Um, and yeah, there's days I really feel happy here, but there's other days that I feel, I'm not gonna say not happy, but you know I miss things. I miss my friends in Belgium. I miss my girlfriend, things like that. So it's been a big step moving here alone, but I still think it is worth it. I mean, I've been developing my own skills and my own strength a lot since I've been here. So yeah, that's a really really nice feeling, and that's something I want to share with people. That I think it's more important to search for a purpose in life than for happiness. And if you find your purpose, then I think happiness will follow out of it. But yeah, and on the other side, I'm just struggling with same things that I was struggling in Belgium. Um, but it's in another way. I get all the time to sort it out. I don't have to wake up to go to a job or to do whatever, so I can plan my own days how I want them. Yeah, I do have like pressure, so that's another question that I get asked a lot. Um, how do you gonna make an income? And the answer to that is I really don't know. Uh, I've been talking about that a few times in other videos, and I think it's just gonna be a combination of things. At the moment, I'm kind of left with like, I don't know, 60 or 70 euro on my bank account. And there's days that when I look to my bank account, that I'm like, oh, this is not good, and I'm worried a bit. But then other days, I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. Like last week, I made 7 kilo jam from the figs, and I made few kilo from the blackberries, and we made 200 liters of juice, and we have chickens for meat, and we have eggs, and I got plenty of food already, even if I'm only here for what 5 months now. So I think I don't have enough food to support myself year round yet, but I'm getting already somewhere with it. So yeah, the only reason why sometimes I wish I had more money is to buy materials. Um, I'm a bit limited in materials and tools that I have to build things and to work on projects and things like that. Um, so yeah, like for my house, for example, I don't really have a budget for it. I mean, when I arrived here, I had 1,000 euro, and I already spent like 100, yeah, 2 times 100 euro on sand and lime for building. So that's 200 euro. And now I don't have any money anymore for materials. So I still have some sand left and lime, so I can still continue for a while. But I mean, I can only build with whatever I have here or whatever I find, and that is very challenging. But if you can pull it off, it's also very very rewarding. Um, I just want to kind of prove to myself that I can be creative and that I can find solutions even when things are tough. I'm putting myself in this situation, but like I said before, I just feel an urge to do this. So, you know, I think, yeah, that's really important to do. And I see Mike asking me if I had any skills before with working with stone, and the answer to that is absolutely not. I don't really have any building skills. I did, just little projects, and the house where I used to live in Belgium, we kind of renovated it, but also with a very low budget. And there I have rebuilt some walls with earth bags. So that's when you fill in um, like bags with earth, and you compact them and layer them on top of each other. You just use them like bricks, but they're big bags. That was also very intense and hard labor, but and I helped out a few times with a builder, but more with the bricklayer, never with any stone building. So that's the only skills I ever had in building or in construction work. So yeah, just helping out with friends and things like that, but never anything else. Never did any big projects like this. So yeah, I mean the house now, it's how it's going. I'm pretty happy with how it's going. I think if a professional builder would look at it, he would probably say, it's not good. But I think I'm doing a pretty decent job. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy enough with it. It's gonna be sturdy. It's gonna last for many, many years. I don't think it's gonna fall down in the next 100 years or something. So, um, but yeah. So for the building, I think, yeah, I kind of wished that I was already a bit further in the process, but I also underestimated the summer here quite a bit. So yeah, days days in the summer here are pretty brutal. Working in 40 degrees, it's not something I really enjoy. So I usually try to do some work in the morning, but I also have other chores to do with the animals and things like that. So yeah, the last 2 months it was just really difficult to get a lot of work done on the house because it's in the full sun most of the day, and the stones heat up also quite a lot. And yeah, I mean, I remember one day I was working and I just wanted to get it done, but I just felt the sun burning and burning. But yeah, I had my bucket of cement there, and I needed to finish it. Otherwise, it would just dry out, and I just felt the heat getting to me, and I drank my bottle of water. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna finish it, but it took more time than I thought. And at some point, I just realized that I needed water, and I just ran up to the house to get more water. And the water was we were out of water, and I was kind of like freaking out, like I need water now, now, now. So luckily, we find a bottle with a bit of water. But yeah, summer can be pretty brutal here. So yeah, it's been going a little bit slow, the process, and it's also really hard to find good stone. I was hoping to find much more good stone here on the property, but I learned a lot, in the last few months about building with stone and which stone is good to use, and yeah, that you need a face on them and things like that. So yeah, finding good stone is not easy. Um, and we don't have enough good stones here on the property to continue building on my house. But I talked to somebody else, and he said that I could go to his place and go and search on a pile of stone there to pick up whatever I want. So his farm has a lot of walls, stone retaining walls, and a lot of them are collapsed over the years. And I don't think he's really interested in rebuilding them. So yeah, and, apparently there's a big pile of them somewhere, and he told me to go and have a look and sift through those. So that can probably help me a lot. I'm hoping to do that this week, but soon also. So the biggest part with the stone is actually done. I have quite a bit more to do, but I think I'm 2/3 of it is done, and then I'm gonna start building with wood. And this week I'm gonna go through the little forests that we have here and start selecting trees and chopping down some trees as well for to use for beams, and also to for some of them to cut them in slabs and into planks. So my neighbor has a bandsaw, which is pretty cool. So I can just drag some of the trees over there and then cut them up for to have nice wooden slabs. So that's pretty cool, you know. That's something I hope one day in the future that I would have the money to buy a machine like that. I really would love to learn to cut up trees with a bandsaw. I mean, I think that's pretty amazing. But yeah, anyway, so the house. People asked also, and I saw somebody today as well asking if I would be able to finish it before the winter. Um, and yeah, wait, I pushed. Yeah, and I think I will. It won't be a house that's 100% finished, but I don't really mind that so much. I'm used to living outside in winter, so I think about 10 years ago, um, every winter I went to go and live in France in a forest. I was living in a forest occupation there for quite some time, um, and there I really loved living outside. So a lot of the skills that I'm already having and things that I learned are coming from that period in my life. Um, so for 3 years in a row, I went there and I went help up build everything, building my own cabin as well. So I lived in a tree for a long time. I made a tree house, and yeah, I had a really beautiful, amazing time there. But it was also pretty hard, you know. So I remember one winter it was minus 15 for like 3 weeks, and we didn't have electricity or anything. The only thing we had was a little open fire. It was very primitive living, and yeah, to me that was the best. Those were the best days of my life, really. So I'm not too worried if I'm finished before winter or not. I think I will be able to build a roof before winter, that's for sure, and get the whole structure done. Maybe not filled up everything. Maybe not. Maybe the doors or the windows or things like that might not be finished yet. I'm not sure. Um, we will see. So the next step from now will be building a wooden frame with the beams that I'm gonna cut next week, and yeah, from there on we will see. So then I will fill it up with a cordwood, um, and I think that will go pretty fast, but I'm not sure. I never build with cordwood as well, so that will be the first time. So yeah, step by step, we will see where it gets us. I hope I'm finished before winter. Like I said, you know, it would be good to have a warm, dry place. Um, but yeah, I mean, if it's a cold winter, I don't mind. You know, I really love to live in a quite primitive lifestyle. I really enjoy it. To be exposed to the elements. I think I struggle more with the heat in summer here than I will struggle with the cold from winter. Yeah, yeah, that's basically the plans for the house for the coming months. So also I wanted to say that I've been looking at the forecast for the next few weeks, and it looks like this week might be the last week when it's really hot, you know. So for the next few days, it's still gonna be around 40 degrees, and I think for the weekend and the week after, they forecasting like 27, 28 degrees, which is a massive difference, you know. It would almost feel like it's cold here. So that's pretty amazing. And I'm really looking forward to that. So that means I will be able to work the whole day again. So yeah, I'm hoping to make much more progress on the house in a few weeks. So yeah. Yeah, let's see what you guys are saying. Uh, you have a stream nearby. Can you filter water from there? So that's a good question. Yeah, there is actually a source here on the land, but so Valerie used to live here with her friend at the time, Tim, and there were actually two springs quite close to each other. And for some reason, they took the whole thing out and connected everything. So now it's like a big pond. So that's a bit sad to see. Oh, it looks pretty, but the sad thing is that if you have standing water just like that, then obviously it's not gonna be drinkable anymore. So what I'm gonna try and do is dig a hole near the spring, put two barrels on top of each other, fill one with gravel, sand, and charcoal, and let the water come through from the bottom through the first barrel into the upper barrel, and like that I'm hoping to have pretty clean water to be able to drink from. And otherwise, water here on the land, there's water everywhere. We have two big wells, we have the spring, and for 8 or 9 months in the year there's a little stream here, so water is not really an issue here on the land. So yeah. Yo, yeah. Yo, Benji, greetings, brother. Nice to see you here. Yeah, just checking what your guys said so far. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, we're definitely not alone here with the heat. So there's many more places in Europe where it's extreme warm, but this region is also known for being extremely warm in Portugal. Um, yeah, that what brings me maybe to the next topic. So in quite some of my videos, I've been talking about that I got offered quite a lot of land here, and yeah, the land is in a way, very cheap here, and I think the heat and the drought has a lot to do with it. It's also a very rural area, and there's not a lot of work around here. So yeah, a lot of the population is getting a lot older. There's not much young people, and yeah, so there's a lot of land that's available. A lot of it is bought up by foreigners, like I said before, um, and that gives a lot of beautiful opportunities. Um, so people have been asking me for specific properties that I can show them or whatever. I think that's pretty hard for me to do that. I mean, if you dream of having a similar lifestyle, but you're in a situation like me that you don't really have the money to buy your own piece of land, then I really believe that anywhere in the world there are opportunities to do what I'm doing. Not everybody needs that much of land. I'm just personally, I want to work with animals, and at some point I want to do more forestry work as well. So those are two things why I personally dream of managing quite a lot of land. But if you're just looking into being self-sufficient and growing a bit of your own food, then you don't need big chunks of land like I'm looking at. and you can do with a lot smaller things. And I think anywhere in the world there are opportunities when where you can get land to use for free. It's not, with these lands that I can use, there's limits on what I can do with those lands. Like here, for example, on the land of Valerie, I'm getting a lot of freedom. I don't need to ask anything, or I just talk to her about it, but I don't really need to ask her permission to do anything. She just knows what I want to do, and yeah, um, we find each other in that. So that's really nice to have. Um, and I knew that before I was coming here. I knew Valerie from back in Belgium. She moved here like 5 years ago, and I knew her from before that. So last year I visited her here, and then we talked about it as well. So before I came here, we already knew a bit what the plan was, and I knew that I would get quite a bit of freedom to do whatever I want on her land, which is, really amazing. Really, I really do appreciate that opportunity. But other lands that I'm using here, that's not the same case. It's for a specific thing that I'm going there, either for the fruit or for the sheep or for, whatever reason it might be. And I don't get the freedom there to build a house or to plant whatever I want. That's a different story. So yeah, but I think that anybody can find a piece of land just like that, um, even if in your area. And if you don't find it in your area, if you really feel the urge that you need to do something like this, then I would just advise to go a bit further and to go and search for another in another country maybe, or in another state or another province or another city, or um, yeah, for me personally, it is giving me um, yeah, a lot of satisfaction that I can do this. It's something that I always these are things that I always did and wanted to do. But over the last years, I felt a bit stuck in Belgium. So it feels very liberating as well. And yeah, I mean, I have a very specific situation, and anybody's situation can be different. And I'm not very scared to take a step like this. I know for a lot of people, it can be a scary step as well to do it, to go and live in a foreign land and things like that. But just take small steps at a time. Sometimes you need to make a bigger step, but things will sort itself out as long as you believe in what you're doing. Then it will be cool. And yeah, and to give advice on how to discover places like this, I think you just need to go out in the world and find people who have similar interests like you, talk with them. Um, Often they will know a place already where you can go, and if not, then there's other ways as well. There's websites like Woofing and Workaway, where you can register to go volunteer on other people's land and do work there. So I know, for an example, from somebody here who came as a volunteer and they stayed on the land. They're still living there after I don't know how many years. They created their own little paradise as well on somebody else's their land. So there's different ways to do it. I tried to find the post again, but I saw like few days on Facebook. There's like a local Facebook group from this area where people post all kinds of stuff on, and every week probably there's somebody searching for a farm sitter for a month or a few weeks, or that can be a very good way to get to know the area or the people that live around there. And sometimes these jobs are paid well also. um, I actually saw a specific post that I was searching for, but I didn't find it back, from a piece of land that's maybe 5 or 6 kilometers away from here, and it was 34 hectares, and they were looking for somebody to go and live on that land and build something there, build a house, build a communal space. The first year you would live there totally by yourself, off grid, and then the next few years they wanted to build a communal project over there, and they were searching for somebody to go there and do it. So there's definitely opportunities everywhere, and that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys today. um, yeah, I mean, if you search for it, and if you're open to it, and if you work towards your goal, then people will come and ask you anyway. That's the same that I'm experiencing here now. People see me working, they see me going around with the sheep, and they just talk to me about it, and then they say, "Ah, but I have land as well, and I have this, and I have also fruit." Like last week with the fruit, I don't know if any of you saw the video where I made the juice. So we went to pick the fruit from the farm, the other farm where I now have the sheep. And yeah, other people heard about it, that we were making juice, and we already got offered from 2 or 3 other places as well to go and pick all their fruit. So I'm already thinking maybe for next year to get it organized a little bit better, and talk to people before we start picking the fruit, if to see if we can go to more places, and instead of making a few 100 liter, maybe making a few thousand liters of juice. That could be a beautiful opportunity to earn a little bit of money, and it's a beautiful product as well. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, it's a few weeks of hard work probably, but it's definitely worth it. The juice is delicious, and yeah, now the plan is to sell that juice on the local market. So next week, once a month, so next week Sunday, there is a local market here from a lot of foreign people. So it's foreigners who organize the market, and it's a little bit of a pirate market actually. The local council knows about it, but yeah, it's just, and there are some rules, and you have to ask the person who organizes if you can have your stand there. But they usually never say no, so you don't have to have a real you don't have to be really self-employed or anything. You can just go with whatever you made or whatever you do and go there on the market and try to sell it. So that's pretty cool, that there's opportunities like that. Because I'm not really want to grow to point that I really need to be self-employed for these kind of things. I rather keep it all a bit, you know, under the table, like they say, just keeping it small, and yeah, just for your neighbors, or like for the markets, it's just all local people, um, things like that. I don't really want to make juice and get it all registered to make a company, because then you need to there's too much rules involved then, and then yeah, it's just gonna be a big pain in the ass. So I just hope a lot of small things, being able to sell it a little bit here and there. Like there will be, like now I have the juice, for example. My sheep are pregnant and probably will give labor in the next few weeks. So that means in here and 2 or 3 months, I will be able to make cheese again, and yeah, so I can start selling some of the cheese as well. Um, so there's quite some olives here. So maybe in a few months we will have some olive oil as well that we can sell. Yeah, just all the small things add up. And yeah, obviously this as well, the YouTube videos. It's been like a big journey so far. And like 2 weeks ago, I finally got monetized, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, I really need to thank all of you for supporting me through all this time. It's really amazing, and I'm very happy about it. But it's very small still. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm now 2 weeks monetized or something like that, and I think I made almost 20 euros. So nah, it's not really much, you would say, but I really every euro I'm grateful for. If I can make some money back, because it is quite and it does take quite a lot of energy and effort to make this channel, to make the movies. Yeah, I think I really don't have, the equipment that I have is all very basic. I still don't have a laptop. I'm doing all the editing, for example, on my phone. Yeah, obviously there's sometimes glitches and flaws in the editing, which I'm very sorry about. But yeah, like I said, I just don't have the money at the moment to be able to buy better equipment. Yeah, my camera is a bit damaged, so sometimes there's some shaking or an annoying noise, things like that. So I hope over time I can sort out all these issues and yeah, produce a better quality video. But I think I already did quite a big step from when I started doing this. So yeah, like now, for example, I see the image, the screen is vertically. That's I need to sort this out, how this live stream is going. I will do it the next time. But my first video, for example, I recorded everything like this as well. I didn't know you have to keep your phone horizontally. So things like that, I started there, and to where I'm now at, I'm pretty happy about. I do feel like it's been quite a nice process so far. I do feel like I'm getting better in editing, and that yeah, the quality is getting better. And there's still issues. There's still sometimes the audio is not so good. Sometimes there's the problems with my camera. Sometimes I have problems with editing. But yeah, step by step, and I try to make it as enjoyable as I can for you guys. But at the same time, I do feel like sometimes a bit pressure, and I think pressure can be a good thing as well, to get the video out here and get it sorted every week. That I have a video. That's not always that easy, to find enough topics to film about, not to have to make every week the same video. Um, and yeah, even the editing takes me a whole day to just edit a video. Yeah, if you're working, you always need to think about the camera, the things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of effort. So I do really hope you guys appreciate it. I know a lot of you do. I'm getting quite a lot of love from a lot of people, and it's pretty amazing that so many people from really all over the world are following this journey. That's something that even, yeah, you heard that about YouTube, that you're getting followed from all over the world, but once you start seeing it for yourself, it's pretty amazing, to see people from the States, Australia, South Africa, people from Asia, following this. It's pretty cool. So I feel I do really appreciate you guys. So that's why also I wanted to do today this live stream, just to be able to connect with you guys, and keep, even when I had like a week that I didn't really want to make a video and I just did a lot of random small chores. So I thought, I still want to do a video, or I still want to do a live stream today and connect with you guys. So yeah, um, I mean, much love to everybody, man. I really, really do appreciate it. Gonna check what you guys are saying here in the chat. Uh, by being here, you definitely encounter more opportunities to achieve your dream. That's true, but I think that's the case for anybody in any situation. If you put yourself out there and start doing it, then doors open. That's just how it works in life, I think. And you sometimes doors will stay shut, but then yeah, try to force them open or search for another door. Congratulations on the monetization. Yeah, thanks, man. uh yeah, I will definitely keep up the vlogging. What I want to say also about it is that I'm kind of searching for my own style. I did watch some other videos from content creators before I really started making a YouTube channel and listening to all their advice and things like that. But I did pretty early on realize that a lot of that advice I don't really care about. I don't want to make that kind of video where everything is flashy and that every 2 seconds you have a new image and things like that. That's not something I personally enjoy, so it's not something I really want to make. So yeah, I hope you guys. I mean, I still have a long way to go to where I see myself get with the quality, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot of, it's a creative process, and I do really enjoy doing that. You do very well with your equipment. It's the content that counts. Thank you a lot. Your content is superb. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, Idna, she's actually doing really well. I know, guys, that I didn't make a lot of videos with Idna, and yeah, for the people who've been following me from the very start, know that my first plan um, was very different to what I'm doing now. I still have that plan in the back of my head, and at some point that plan will still happen, but I just don't know when. Maybe in 2 years, maybe in 5 years, I don't know. But I still gonna at one point I'm still gonna go traveling through Europe with Idna. But she's actually doing very very well. Yeah, when I first got her here, I was a bit worried that she would have difficulties adapting to the weather and to the climate, to the forage that she has here. Yeah, back in Belgium, she was always on very green grass, and here, most parts of the year you don't really have green grass. It's all dry herbs, and it's very different. But to be honest, she's thriving. She's looking very beautiful. She's shining. She's very happy to be in a herd with the other horses. However, you do see that she's not the horse, and sometimes she wanders off on her own. But when the leader horse, Corina, for example, Corina sometimes escapes, and then yeah, or Valerie takes Corina on a walk, then Idna is freaking out. So it's actually difficult to get Idna alone to go for a walk because she just keeps looking back for where Corina is. Um, so yeah, uh, I haven't done a lot of work with her in the last months. That's why I haven't really filmed anything with Idna, because yeah, kind of the same reason that I didn't have done too much work on my house. It's very warm. I only have a few hours in the morning and a few hours in the evening to get a lot of stuff done. And going for a walk during the day with Idna is just not an possibility. It's way too hot. So yeah, I just haven't really put in the time in training her or doing that anything with her. Valerie, she offers people horse riding with her horses, and then if people come for to go horse riding, she also usually takes Idna with her on the walk. Nobody is riding her, but just to have Idna along with the other two horses. So yeah, Valerie has done a little bit of work with Idna. and actually last week she has been riding on her, which is, pretty crazy. She tried it before alone, which was very stupid. I did that too last summer. So last summer I was in the process of learning her and getting things on her back, and yeah, uh, at some point I thought I'm gonna sit on her. I tried to get on her, and it went really well. I could lay on her, I could sit on her, but she didn't move, which is very good. And then I tried to get her moving forward, and yeah, she just freaked out and kicked me off. And Valerie did exactly the same here when she was alone. So yeah, she got kicked off the first time. That's been a few months ago, and now last week she tried again to have a ride on Idna, but she also asked our neighbor Vera to come over. She also knows a lot about horses and training horses and mules. She also has a mule, so she came over to to give a little hand, and yeah, it went okay. They did a few little rounds, nothing much, but it was pretty cool to see somebody riding on Idna. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. So yeah, Idna is doing pretty well, and I hope from the moment the weather starts cooling down that I will be able to do some more work with her in the coming months, and then start in to train her to pull things. Yeah, trying to get her to work, pull stones and logs and things like that, but also to pull a trailer so that I can go, yeah, traveling with her. Your channel kind of reminds me of a farming oriented Martin Dollar. Well, I do really appreciate that. That's a really beautiful comment. I know Martin Dollard. I also follow what he's doing, and I do get a lot of inspiration from what he's doing with his videos. But obviously, he has a background in media. I don't know what it is, but he really knows what he's doing, and he really has high quality videos. So I kind I kind of want to go that direction with my videos, but with my own touch. So yeah, I do really like that compliment. Thank you very much. It takes courage to try. You're doing great. Thank you. Hi, sorry to join late. What's your name? My name is Sil. Sil, Sel. You're welcome to visit us with Idna, but we're all the way in central Italy. Well, maybe in a few years' time, when I'm on the move with Idna, I might go there. I'm definitely gonna go through the Pyrenees and probably towards the east. So might do a little detour to come and visit you in Italy. Why not? The notion of carefree living in Portugal can seem elusive, despite natural beauty. Financial responsibilities emerge when settling. Economic realism is crucial alongside allure of culture and nature. Yeah, I mean, there's many different ways that people live here. Um, I do live a carefree living here in Portugal, um, and yeah, there's kind of a lot of people who started doing that here in the last few years, and not everybody loves it so much. There's a lot of local peoples that don't really like it, that don't really like the foreigners here, and I kind of understand that, but then at the same time, a lot of those villages get new inhabitants and are not dying out. um, and yeah, I think that's very beautiful as well. I don't speak any Portuguese, and I think that's a real pity. I would love to be able to communicate with the local farmers, because they do have a lot of knowledge about the local nature and the local economy and what's growing here and which animals are there, and so there's a lot to learn from them. So I kind of annoyed that I don't speak Portuguese. But yeah, there's people who like it and don't, and you can still get away with a lot of things here in Portugal, which is not possible in a lot of other places in Europe. But it's not gonna stay like that. Maybe in 10 years' time it will be very different from what how it is now. But it will move to another place. I'm pretty sure about that. Maybe it's gonna be more to the east of Europe or something. There's always gonna be a certain type of people who search for another way of living, and they're gonna flock together as well, like many other people do. So yeah. um, and for me personally, when it comes to money, yeah, I mean, I lived without money for quite a few years when I was younger, so I'm not really scared to run out of money. The only thing now is that I do have responsibility over quite a bit of animals, and if something goes wrong, I need to be able to sort it out. So, yeah, that's the only thing that worries me. For me personally, if I run out of money, it would be annoying, but it wouldn't be a disaster. I know how to survive. I know where to get food, what I can eat in nature and whatnot. So, yeah. People are always curious about how much the cost of living is for your lifestyle. Might be worthwhile video to make, but if you have to be comfortable with the follow-up questions surrounding it, yeah, I don't mind doing that. I actually kind of did a similar video before I moved here. It's still on my channel. I did like a 150 euro challenge. Uh, yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, 150 euro to live on for a month, it's nothing. But for me, it's actually pretty decent. And even here in Portugal, the 150 euro, 200 euro a month would be perfect for me. So yeah, but it's a very different lifestyle than a lot of people have, and I do realize that not a lot of people will live the way that I live, and yeah, I don't feel that I'm really denying myself anything, but a lot of other people would have that feeling, that because they don't have money, that they're denying themselves some luxury that they want in their life. But I find luxury in other things. I find luxury in nature. I find luxury in being free and having time. I think those are the biggest luxuries you can have. And that's something, those things, you can buy it with money. It's things that are just there. Um, so yeah, yeah, money is always an issue. I mean, I'm sometimes worried about it as well, and it's easier if I know that I have money on my bank account. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna waste my sleep over it or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, we have our own channel. Well, Stan, give me the link. I will check your channel out for sure. I know you've been following my journey for a while now, so thank you very much, and I will definitely check your channel out also. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's 5. I need to go and pick up the horses. The horses are staying over at the neighbors, but they always ask me to go and pick it up before 5. So I kind of need to go. Um, I it's about adaptation. I used to live on 3,000 plus a month, but I'm now under 1,000. Go figure. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Um, and I also think people look at it a bit wrong as well. You spend a lot of energy in your life getting that money, and the only thing you're doing with money is buying energy. Um, and I always think about it this way, that instead of going to work for the money to get the thing that you want, I work just to get the thing that I want. without the money in between. And that's not always mm, the, as easy, because sometimes you don't have the tool or whatever, and then you need the money again. But yeah, I kind of look at things like energy, you know. So money is just another way of buying energy, and you can buy real energy like uh, gas, heat, electricity, but those are all things you can create yourself as well if you know how to do it. So at some point, for example, I will make my own biogas digester. I will, oh, sorry guys, I will try to make. Well, we obviously have solar panels here, so there is electricity and things like that. So those are all things I don't have to worry about and don't have to spend money on. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I think yeah, that's it. I rather spend my time directly, my energy directly on the project than going through a third party for the money. So anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna leave you now. I really need to go and get the horses. It's been lovely to chatting with you guys, and yeah, maybe I will do this uh, more, this live chat. I think it's really lovely to connect with all of you guys. So yeah, I really appreciate it for hanging out with me. And maybe I do this once a month or something like that. So thank you very much, and I see you guys. Thank you. You sending me thanks. I just want to say you're spelling my name wrong. Just a small thing, but it's SEL, not with the E. Anyway, doesn't matter. I love you guys, and yeah, see you guys soon. Next week there definitely will be a new video out. I just took a week off, so yeah, it's summer and it's hot. So see you guys soon. Have a lovely evening, and yeah, ciao, bless.